Alright guys, it's Monday night, you know what that means. Time to talk about some wrestling. We got some wrestling news, another Raw down the drain. Time to talk about some tough guy shit. Yeah, motherfucker, yeah. Men in underwear, what's up? Men in baby oil, yeah. Alright. Before I start this Raw review, this has to be one of the worst road to WrestleManias that I have ever fucking seen in my life. It's like, it doesn't even feel like it's WrestleMania season. Doesn't feel like the Royal Rumble just ended and we're on the road. And of course, this is the WrestleMania that I go to. My second WrestleMania. My first in WrestleMania 20 and now WrestleMania 29. The WrestleMania I go to feels like it's going to be the biggest piece of shit that we have seen in a long time. And it's just pathetic. I mean, you think when WWE comes to the New York area, you know, they're going to put on their A game. But no. Apparently, it's just going to be a bunch of fucking rematches and no build. The most boring build-up I've ever seen. It feels like we're building up to like fucking like Judgment Day or something. Like it's not even WrestleMania. Jesus Christ, and I spent $200 on my tickets. $200 to see this shit. You know, it's like I'm paying $200 just for Vince McMahon to take his PG hand and just smack me in the face. That's what it's like. I might as well just pay $200 to get smacked in the face because that's what I'm doing. Anyway, let's start this Raw review. First, it opens up the show with Paul Heyman coming out saying that he's gonna quit his job because he doesn't want CM Punk to face the repercussions by Vince, because Vince is gonna make Paul Heyman pay, and in doing so, he's gonna make CM Punk pay. It was an okay promo. It was nothing special. It kind of went on for a long time. Basically, you just had Heyman saying that he was gonna leave. Then CM Punk comes out, and you know, I'm thinking, like, maybe this is an angle working towards that stable that everybody's talking about with, like, Punk, Brock, and Shield. But it doesn't feel like it. Of course, WWE doesn't do, like, the smart thing that anybody else would do. They just do this stupid shit. They have CM Punk come out and basically give Paul Heyman a pep talk and tell him that he belongs with Punk and he belongs to be there when he wins the title. And they, you know, hug each other for, like, 5 minutes and just cry together. It was a little funny, I'll admit. Like, you know, it wasn't something you weren't expecting. To just watch a CM Punk and Paul Heyman just had this love fest in the ring. It was just weird, though. It's like, what the fuck? This is like the main event picture, and we're watching hugs and crying here. So, you know, it was what it was. Not the best start to the show, but it wasn't terrible. It was just weird. Then we got fucking the Great Khali versus Mark Henry. Why the fuck is the Great Khali even fighting? Why was this guy ever hired by WWE is beyond me. This guy can't even fucking move. This guy can't even walk. He could like barely fucking move around. He's like, he needs to just like lay down for the rest of his life and be fed through tubes and shit. Because this guy is the most clunky motherfucker I've ever seen. Basically, Mark Henry just fucking squashes him like everybody should. Fucking anybody should squash Khali. This guy needs to get the fuck out. I'm sick of this guy. Anyway, Mark Henry beats Khali. You have fucking Team PG with Hornswoggle and Natalya like all crying because Khali got beat. And then thank God, save us Mark Henry. Mark Henry beats the shit out of Hornswoggle. So that was awesome. You got the fans chanting him to fucking beat Hornswoggle one more time. Nobody wants to see this shit. Nobody wants to see Hornswoggle and Khali. You got fans chanting to beat the shit out of them. I don't get it. Next, there's a little segment with Paul Heyman and Vicky Guerrero, and like I don't know, these people writing the show, it's like they're writing this like without even understanding what they wrote last week. Like in the past couple of weeks, they had Paul Heyman and Vicky Guerrero kind of having this like relationship, like this friendship, like they're on the same side, and all of a sudden, like she's like making faces, like all pissed off at him and shit, like they're like against each other. Like she wants to see Paul Heyman like lose the battle against Vince McMahon. It's like doesn't even make sense. Like she's with, you know, she's having like she's on the same page with Paul Heyman last week, and now they're like rivals, and it's just I don't know what's wrong with these writers. They can't even remember what they wrote last week. Anyway, Paul Heyman gets the grant from Vince McMahon that if Rock gets disqualified or is counted out, that he will lose the title and CM Punk will win it, which is usually something reserved for heels. So this makes absolutely no sense. I don't know where they're going with this. Why would a face, lose a match by count or disqualification? This is something that you do for heels who are champions. So this shit makes no sense. These people are like out of their minds. It's crazy. Next you got, this is the weird one. It's like, instead of giving us this with a build-up and a proper feud and a big like main event pay-per-view match, like maybe give us like this at like at WrestleMania, like kind of like the first hour in, we get Daniel Bryan versus Chris Jericho on free TV with no build-up at all, no feud, and this is like a match that people actually think about, that like, oh, this is one I want to see, and we're just giving it without any fucking anticipation, any hype for it. It's just so weird to me. Like, I'm not gonna complain because it's a match that we've never seen. But why the fuck are we seeing it on a Raw that like doesn't even matter? Like, we're not even getting it to be on pay-per-view. And now when, you know, they do have this match on pay-per-view, which I'm sure they would, I could say I already seen this match. Why do I have to pay for it? I got it for free on Raw. It was a good match. It wasn't as good as Punk and Jericho from last week. That was like a classic match. This was good. This was a good TV match. It wasn't a pay-per-view quality. Like, you could tell these guys were kind of holding back because they know down the road they'll work together. But I don't know why they even did this match in the first place. Good match though, you know. Next you got 3MB versus the Justice League, which is Sheamus, Ryback, and fucking John Cena. Just a squash match. You know, you have this super team with John Cena, Sheamus, and Ryback, and like you're trying to make them look dominant. So why do you book them in a match against a bunch of jobbers? That, like, if you want to make them look dominant, you know, have intimidating like heels against them. You have everybody's beat 3MB now. Fucking Hornswoggle, I'm sure, is beat 3MB on some show. So I don't understand like how they're like trying to look dominant against 3MB. But the hope that I have for this is that hopefully, because they're looking so dominant and like that they destroy everybody, and basically Lawler was praising them and saying who could stop them, hopefully that means that the Shield will beat them, because, you know, WWE is putting them so over that they're the obvious winners that usually that means the other guy's going to win. So hopefully, I pray to God that this means the Shield's going to beat that fucking Justice League fucking bullshit team. And then you get a promo from all three guys, and they're just like, you know, hyping themselves. Ryback's talking about fucking food. Sheamus is being fucking Sheamus. John Cena's acting like he's intense all of a sudden, fucking showing his steroid muscles off. Just who the fuck cares about that shit? Then you got this. Then you got the worst promo that had no fucking words. It was the worst promo I've ever seen, and not a word was uttered. You got the Big Show coming out all pissed off because of what happened on SmackDown with the fucking paint falling on him crying like a little bitch. He comes out, he punches Matt Striker in the face, and then he's like walking back and forth. I'm not even gonna lie, this shit went on for like 3 minutes. This fat fucking has-been motherfucker taking up like 5 minutes of TV time. He doesn't even say a word. He's walking around and he goes to say something. This went on for 5 fucking minutes. Just get the fuck off the TV, you know. I used to like this guy, you know, when he was the Giant in WCW, you know, when he was like, he had long hair, you know, he looked fucking cool, like he was skinnier, he could move around. Fucking Kevin Nash was breaking his neck. He had the Andre the Giant thing. I liked him. This guy's like, his character has been so fucking just destroyed. He's like a joke now. This guy needs to go. He really needs to go. This was like, it was like you could tell that they were just trying to fill 3 hours of TV time. So they're like, Big Show, just go out there for 10 minutes and don't say a word. You know, that'll get us to the 3 hour mark. The worst fucking shit. I don't know what these people are doing. This is the road to WrestleMania, guys. Next, you got, what is this shit? Oh, Jack Swagger versus Ryder. Zack Ryder. I can't fucking stand Zack Ryder. I'm sorry. This guy is like the fucking most dorkiest guy you've ever seen. His stupid smile is like, the fuck is that shit? With his fucking little broski headband on. And then you get Jack Swagger come out with some like fisherman fucking guy, and I'm sure the YWC is gonna make believe they know this guy and, you know, say, oh, he's back, I can't believe it, and talk about how big of a fan they are of his, but I don't know who this fucking guy is. Just some fisherman named Zeb, whatever the fuck. Jack Swagger decides to bring him along, whatever. It was just a squash match. Jack Swagger beat Zack Ryder in like a minute. And then you have the fisherman guy, who I'm sure is YWC's favorite superstar right now. You have him cut a promo, And actually, it was kind of interesting. It felt like the Attitude Era a little bit. He was like cutting this promo about like how he's an American and he hates what America has become because basically, you know, of all the immigrants ruining our image and, you know, all these illegal aliens and shit. That's basically what he was saying, but a little veiled. But I liked it, you know. It was kind of like, it reminded me of the Attitude Era when they would do some controversial shit like this, when you had like shit like, you know, like the Heart Foundation ripping America and like, you know, like La Resistance and the Ruthless Aggression Era and like the Un-Americans and shit like that and the Rights to Censor reminded me of that. So, you know, maybe this is some good shit. Maybe we're gonna, I don't know. It's like you have to like find these little things on the show to like remind you of the Attitude Era to make you happy. But I'm not gonna rip it because I kind of liked it. I like the whole anti-immigrant thing they were going with. Not that not saying that that's right, but it makes good controversial television. Controversy creates cash, like Eric Bischoff said. What the fuck is next? Oh, then you get a Dolph Ziggler promo. He's trying to get into the Elimination Chamber match for the World Heavyweight title. And I don't understand this. This is just more stupid fucking writing. This guy has the Money in the Bank, yet he keeps on trying to win this World Heavyweight title in these matches, in these regular matches. Like, it doesn't make sense. I've never seen a guy win the Money in the Bank, fight in the Royal Rumble, and then, you know, try to get in an Elimination Chamber match to win the title. Doesn't that destroy the whole purpose of the Money in the Bank briefcase? It's like these people have nothing else for Ziggler to do, so they're just putting him in these situations that make no sense to the Money in the Bank briefcase. These fucking writers are so stupid. Like, it's not fucking rocket science here. What the fuck? And then you get, you get The Miz versus Cody Rhodes. I can't even remember this match. Like, I feel like I've seen this match like 30, 40 fucking times already. It was whatever. I don't even remember. Oh, yeah. Antonio Cesaro was on commentary. It was like, it went on for a while, the match. It was, you know, it was okay. It wasn't like disastrous. But, Cody Rhodes gets disqualified because Antonio Cesaro interferes and he fucking beats. This was a good fucking beatdown. Antonio Cesaro beats the shit out of The Miz. He fucking picks him up by his legs like a little fucking ragdoll and goes by the barrier and just fucking swings him back and forth like this, like fucking 10, fucking 15 times. It was awesome. It was like, holy shit, like The Miz looked like a little bitch. And I like The Miz looking like a little bitch because I can't stand the face Miz. Let Brock Lesnar kick his ass. Let Antonio Cesaro fucking swing him around like a ragdoll. I think that's some really good shit, you know? Yep. Who the fuck are you? What the fuck are you doing in my house? How you get in here? What the fuck is your problem? Hey guys, Good Wrestling Fan here, and I have come to the YWC to bring positivity, to bring joy, happiness, and a good outlook in a dark community that all you old school fans bring with all your negativity. You're all negative, man. You're living in the past. You're negative. This is good stuff. So anyway, I just want to talk about this match. You had Brodus Clay and Tensai, and oh my god, these are like my two favorite superstars. They're so funny. I mean, this was great, guys, and I just want to thank the WWE people for giving us this tag team, because us, the WWE Universe, our voices have been heard, and we've finally been granted this great epic tag team. Yes! Okay, anyway, so you had Brodus Clay and Tensai, and they were facing Epico and Primo, and I hate Epico and Primo because they're bad guys. They're bad. They're messing with Tensai. Get out of here. Anyway, so this match was unbelievable. Brodus Clay and Tensai are so funny and they're such good dancers, guys. And this match was like a WrestleMania match, guys, and we got it for free. I mean, this match was like epic, freaking pick. Like, epico epic. It was so good. You know, it was like the best match I've ever seen. You know, you guys talk about the Hardy Boys versus Edge and Christian versus the Dudley Boys and all that stuff. Like, those guys trying to kill each other and like jumping off of ladders and stuff. That's not good. This is good. They're not trying to kill themselves now. They're putting on a good show, a safe show for us. Don't try this at home. See, this stuff we can try at home. We can dance if we want to, you know? Forget all that blood and, you know, like those boobies, like, ew, boobies, oh my god, boobs. Anyway, this is great stuff, and Brodus Clay and Tensai won, like they should, and I just want to thank, like, Vince McMahon for everything he's done for me. And if he were here right now, I would go on my knees and I would take down his little corporate gray pants and I would pick up his like old steroid flaccid dick and I would just and I would let him squirt his load all over my face. Oh, thank you, Vince. I love you. Thank you, Vince. I love you. I'm your bitch, Vince. I'm your bitch. Anyway, guys, there's your PG match of the night. And remember, PG is good. Okay, guys, see you later. But before I go, hit my music. 3, 2, 1, now.
What you say now? What you got? What you got for me?
Jesus Christ, what the fuck was that? Apparently in Brooklyn, New York, people just fucking come into your house without even knocking and shit. If you live in Brooklyn, lock your doors. This is ridiculous. This guy fucking coming to my house. Fuck you think he is? Fucking praising PG wrestling? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Anyway, next, this was good shit. This you get fucking The Shield come out and do a promo about fucking time because I'm sick of these fucking beatdowns every fucking week. The same old fucking triple barrel bomb shit. And this motherfucker is some straight up Jay Shady style truth from The Shield, baby. First of all, Dean Ambrose, I really like this guy a lot. He's like fucking crazy. He's like unique. His like facial, like what he does is like original, you know? Just like I watch like the actions he makes, like even when he's not talking, he's like very original and very like, reminds me of the Joker a little bit. Anyway, you get this promo from The Shield. True fucking stuff. They talk about this fucking super team, this fucking Justice League. And they talk about the John Cena problem. Yes. Yes. Everything we've been saying. The John fucking Cena problem. The problem that has been ruining wrestling for the last 10 years. The problem that has driven good wrestling fans, smart wrestling fans from the Attitude Era like us away from this fucking product. The John Cena problem. They talk about this guy living in his own bubble, smiling 24/7. Great shit. They talk about how he's like this bullshit leader for this generation, and he's a fake, and he's a phony, and I loved every fucking second of it. You know, I've been saying all my fucking life since John Cena came here, this guy's a phony, he's a cancer in the WWE, he's ruining this shit. And here you had The Shield calling him flat the fuck out on it. They tear him fucking down, they tear his character down. You know, they basically say that he's like this false fucking leader, he's full of shit, and basically that another true thing that this guy has no fucking consequences. Like look at 2012. He's the first guy to lose the Money in the Bank match. He loses to The Rock. He loses to fucking Dolph Ziggler for the briefcase. No consequences. What happens? He gets pushed into the Royal Rumble and he wins it. This guy never has any consequences happen to him. Nothing bad ever happens to this guy. Once in a while, Vince will say, if you lose the match, you're fired. He loses the match and he comes back in a week. So fucking true. Great fucking shit from The Shield. I loved it. I could watch this shit 100 fucking times. The John Cena problem must be fucking stopped. And it should be stopped at Elimination Chamber. Hopefully fucking Shield beats the shit out of fucking Justice League. Loved it. Great shit. I was fucking forgetting what happened at the end of the promo. Fucking John Cena and Justice League team, they come out and they brawl with the Shield in the fan area. And I liked it. I thought it was good shit. You know, it's very rare that you see shit go out of the ring and into the fan area. So it looked real. You know, it looked like old school, like fighting in the crowd. And the Shield runs away. So I'm not going to bitch about the Shield running away because hopefully that means that they'll win at Elimination Chamber because that's usually how, you know, things are booked in WWE Universe style. What was next? Damien Sandow versus ADR. And before this, Damien Sandow cut a little promo against the town. And he was fucking right. Fuck Nashville. Fuck country music. These fucking hicks. Fucking talking about dogs and shit. Fucking talking about their pickup trucks. Like, nobody wants to listen. This music sucks. I would never listen to a country song in my life. So good stuff from Damien Sandow. And then you have ADR the real squash Damien Sandow in like fucking a minute, which is fucking pathetic. I'm a Damien Sandow fan. I think he has great potential, and he's just like jobbing like he's nobody's fucking business. You know, it's sad. It's sad when WWE doesn't recognize actual fucking talent. This guy could talk. This guy could wrestle. He has the look, and he's losing matches like this. Whatever, right? And then next you have PG Kingston versus Wade Barrett. Couldn't give a fuck less about these two guys. Fucking Kofi Kingston has always been a little PG bitch, always smiling, doing the boom, boom, little fucking smiling Jamaican guy jumping up and down on a pogo stick. And then you get fucking Wade Barrett. Like, I liked Wade Barrett when he was with the Nexus. I don't like this bare knuckle brawler with his stupid fucking beard. Like, shave that shit, man. Come on. Go back to the old school Wade Barrett. This guy fucking sucks with his little fucking... He doesn't even look like a bare knuckle brawler, you know? He's like wearing wrestling stuff. Doesn't make sense. He beats Kofi Kingston, whatever, now the fuck was given. And then after this, they run a commercial for a WCW DVD. And it was like, they were naming people on the DVD. And it was just like legend after legend after legend. They're like, Hogan, Sting, Hall, Nash, Goldberg, DDP, Ric Flair. And just like, naming like 20 legends non-stop. And it's like, you don't have one of those names in WWE today. You don't have one guy in WWE today with a name at that level like that. You know, I fucking miss WCW so much, you know. That shit was so much fucking better than the product today. WCW ruins thing my fucking balls. WWE ruins everything. What the fuck, alright. Then we get Kane versus Ziggler. This was for, Ziggler had to win. Whoever won this match would get the last spot in the Elimination Chamber. Kane wins it because of like Kane runs into AJ who's on the apron, and AJ falls into Biggie Langston's arms, and Dolph Ziggler's distracted and he gets chokeslammed by Kane. It was like a okay match. It wasn't bad. Like, you didn't get bad matches. You got squash matches, but you didn't get like just horrible long matches. You know, it was like okay. It wasn't nothing special though. But Kane, this guy has to fucking go. This is what I was gonna say. This guy has to really go. You know, I was a huge fan of Kane, like the Big Show when he was the Giant. When I remember being a kid, being fucking scared, fucking shit. Like, I used to go to old WWE events in the Attitude Era, and I would get so scared of this guy. And now he's like a fucking PG joke with his stupid laugh and his stupid shit with Daniel Bryan. This guy is so washed up. He's lost all of his fucking balls and like the whole character. He's not no fucking big red monster. Fuck, you kidding me? This guy fucking laughs every week about some segment, some stupid shit. Alright, and then the last thing. The Rock promo. Alright. Now it is time for me to give my 2 cents about this 2013 Rock. See, I'm not like you. I'll call somebody out when they're fucking up. I'm not gonna like suck a guy's dick non-stop and make believe everything's fine and dandy. When somebody fucks up, I'm gonna say. And when something is bullshit, I'm gonna call it out on bullshit. That's why I am the voice of reason. That's why I'm the voice of truth. That's why I am the voice of real perspective and not some illogical fanboy bullshit. So you get The Rock coming out, and he cuts this promo. And first of all, this guy, like, he's the WWE champion. Like, I understood, like, the first couple times he was back saving him, like, for the last 5 minutes. But this guy's the champion. This guy should be throughout the whole fucking show like Punk was when he was the champion. This coming on Raw at 11 to 11:05 shit, I can't take this anymore. It's fucking bullshit. I mean, you know, this guy misses a week of Raw, and then he just comes for like 5 fucking minutes. It's ridiculous. You can't forgive that shit. It's unforgivable. And then he comes for 5 minutes and he cuts. I think it was one of his worst promos I've ever seen him cut. It was just, it had nothing to do with the match at Elimination Chamber. And this is the go-home show. This is the promo that is supposed to sell the show for people. This is the last moments of Raw that they're going to see. This is the deciding factor whether they're going to buy the pay-per-view or not. And this failed on all fucking accounts. This failed on all cylinders. Basically, yeah, The Rock. Every time he comes now, he has to talk about the city he's in and his history with it and how it had a role in shaping and who he's become. And it's just like, boring. It's like John Cena shit. It's like he talks about nothing other than the town. It's like as pandering could get. It's horrible. It is so fucking bland. And basically just telling the story about Nashville and how he was 15 years old. And I don't even remember it. I was like fucking disgusted. I can't remember the stories. Like some crackhead sold him a car and like The Rock was, worried that it was stolen, so he left it. It didn't even have a good payoff or something, they didn't have a good payoff, he got arrested and like the crackhead was a transvestite or some crazy shit. It was just like, I left the car and I went to a bar, It was just the worst fucking promo I've ever seen. It made no sense at all. It felt like I was watching like fucking like a Def Jam poetry night, just like The Rock giving a little story. It was the worst. This is ridiculous. I mean, The Rock's got to do something. Like, don't even have this guy. I'd rather not even have The Rock on TV. Like, if you can't have these Attitude Era guys do stuff like the Attitude Era style, don't even do it. I want to see PG versions of my favorite legends. And then you have CM Punk come out. And unlike you, I will be truthful. I will be objective. Unlike you, sheep, I will be objective about shit and say that I could like both guys. Yes, I like CM Punk. I've always liked CM Punk. And yeah, I'm fucking straight edge like CM Punk. What's good? Got the straight edge. See, this is some shit I do. It's like temporary. Until I get a straight edge tattoo. This basically is like, I call this scum repellent. Keeps scum at bay. Those people like come up to me, they're like, yo man, you wanna get drunk, bro? You wanna fucking smoke some weed, bro? So this repels them. This is basically, get the fuck away from me, you drunken druggy bastard, I don't wanna see your face. Anyway, like I was saying, I like Punk, I'm never bashing Punk the guy. I'm just bashing you fucking fanboys that suck his cock and act like he's the greatest thing that ever happened to wrestling. But Punk here said everything that The Rock couldn't in one fucking sentence. He gave like a one sentence promo and it was more effective than the whole fucking 10-minute promo that The Rock cut. Basically, he just said something like, every time you bring it, I'm gonna kick your ass or some shit like that. He was actually talking about the match, It's good that he was actually selling the match. He wasn't talking about some fucking story, The Rock talked about fucking Nashville and good times in Nashville. What the fuck is that shit? Nobody wants to see that, Just stupid shit. And they have like Punk puts him in the GTS, so basically that means that The Rock is gonna win. Nobody's surprised. Punk walks away with the title. I hope he comes to the fucking Elimination Chamber holding the title. That'd be a little intrigue. But yeah, so there you go. It was an okay show, nothing special. But damn, The Rock's I don't know. The Rock's got to turn heel or something has to be done with this guy because this shit tonight was just fucking bad. It was really bad. There you go. There's my little review. This Road to WrestleMania is looking like shit. I'm fucking regretting that I spent $200 on this. But it wasn't like a horrible show. It was better than last week, but nothing to like fucking go crazy about. Alright, there you go. There's my review. I'm out. See you later. Just a little something I wanted to say. I forgot to talk about it during the Rock promo. I done botched, guys. I botched my review a little bit. No, but seriously. Did anybody notice fucking Michael Cole and Jay the King Lawler? Every time The Rock is like around and talking now, you have them like giggling like little high school cheerleaders on the fucking commentary set. It's like retarded. Like Rock says anything and like non-fucking stop. Like anything this guy says, it's like hilarious. It's like A-class humor for these people. I mean, you had The Rock in the Attitude Era actually being funny. Talk about like skanks, sluts, Stephanie McMahon being a hoe, Shane McMahon being a pussy, Booker T's hair done by Whoopi, and JR and King didn't crack a fucking giggle. But now, The Rock says anything, even something serious, The Rock is like, just bring it. It's fucking ridiculous. Like, since when are we trying to sell comedy in WWE? It's like, they have to put his comedy over by fake giggling. It's so fucking fake. Stop it. It's ruining it. It's making it even worse than the shit has to be. Jesus, you're so fucking full of shit, Colin King. Alright, there you go. That's my last 2 cents. I'm out. Peace.